What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode, we're starting down the path of all the Galactic Craft quests, and there's a lot of them, and they require a lot of crafting and a lot of using the automatic compressor hammer, or that one machine we made last time. Yeah, so we try to speed through those as much as possible. There's still a few quests left. I've completed a good portion of those off camera now, so I went and made a stack of these glowstone torches. We made the O2 storage thing. I made the launch pad, and then we also made the rest of our oxygen gear. Now, when I was making the oxygen gear, we kind of ran into that same problem where I shift click the item and it doesn't register. So yeah, don't shift click, at least not in the Ender.io inventory panel. So I made one, it didn't work, so I made a second one, and then I clicked it out, and did not shift click it, and then that registered. So yeah, shift clicking is bad if you want to get that thing to be recognized that you completed the crafting task. So you can see my inventory is so full of all of this Galactic Craft stuff. The next quest that we had to do in this section was to build the tier 1 rocket, and that's where I wanted to bring you guys in. So we have to do a few things here, like set down the launch pad, put down the fuel loader. There's a lot of different things here, and I figured you guys should see this stuff because this is the more interesting portion of the mod. Is that the exact center? I might have to move this, but for right now, it should be just fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'll put down the fuel loader. We'll just stick it right there. So you can see as I set that thing down, you can tell that it's connected. This little piece right here appears off the launch pad. So any rocket that you have put onto the launch pad, yeah, the fuel loader fills it up. So that's pretty awesome. This thing does require power, so that's a thing we're gonna have to deal with. I think we can just run off that same line and kind of bring it over here. Maybe we should do that. You know what? I guess the power conduit I might not have on me, or if I do, I don't see it. Oh no, you know what? It's right here. Okay, so that's just a regular energy conduit. Okay, so we can just run we can just run the power off the same line that we're using over here. Do I want, maybe I'll just run it straight over this way. Something like that. Okay, so we should be getting power now into this guy. Yep, looks like we're getting power. Converting it to GJ. I think there's a way you can make it so it shows RF. Maybe it's in the configuration options for Galactic Craft. Not 100% sure on that. So we also need fuel to load. It says no fuel to load. So I was looking at this machine a little bit ago. I was trying to figure out how to get fuel in there. I was trying to pipe in fuel from the top and from the side and all of that kind of stuff. And the only way I could figure out how to get fuel in there, I didn't try putting a drum directly here. That doesn't work. Yeah, the only way I could figure to get the fuel in here is by taking a bucket and getting a bucket of gasoline. So I'll show you guys this. If we do that, it goes right in. If I try to pipe it in, it does not work. I don't think I tried piping in after I put in a little bit of fuel. Maybe it'll work now. We could try that together. But yeah, I know I'm pretty sure I've automated this in the past, but it just doesn't seem to want to work for me. So let's try this. We'll set this to insert. Oh, I wonder if I have to filter it and say it's that kind of fuel. Extract. Always active. Let's try doing a filter. Let's see if that makes any difference, because I think this fluid is or dictionary, right? What if we do this? Gasoline goes in there? Nope. It doesn't want to work. So I could put a bucket in there and that seems to work. So I wonder if we should use like the Ender.io tank. I think that's a thing, right? The fluid tank. Okay, I don't have one here. But I bet we can make a fluid tank and tell it to do the push-pull thing on there, and that might work. So we need dark, tungsten, and glass. Dark steel bars. We need 4 tungsten. We have 2. That's fine. We can just melt down some of these things. Oh, we got more here. Okay, from the last time that I've done that. So we got a little bit more here. And then we need 1 piece of glass. If this works, I mean, that'll work just fine for me. No complaints. All right, so we'll put this over in the QED and do the thing. Now, was it the dark bars on the outside or on the inside? I don't remember. And can I use the quite clear glass, or it had to be regular glass? Maybe the glass is now the problem. Let's take a look. heat glass, soul glass, glass, quite clear glass, tungsten, dark iron bars, tungsten, is it the wrong kind of tungsten, or does it flash? No, it's flashing between the different ones. Dark iron. Well, that should be working, but it's not. Huh. Okay, so let's try regular glass. And if this still doesn't work, I'm not sure what's going on. Nope, that works. Okay. It says it uses the quite clear. Oh, this is dark clear glass. Oh, okay, so that's my own fault. Great. I think I accidentally made some of that stuff a while ago. I completely forgot about it. It looks exactly the same as quite clear glass. All right, so let's put this here. We'll set this to push pull. Right, and we can feed this the fluid. Maybe this is gonna work. If I put the bucket in there, fills up the internal tank. If I put the bucket here, it takes the fluid and it doesn't seem to do anything with it. It doesn't want to push it in there. Okay, so I'm not sure how to do this. Maybe this all has to be done manually. Maybe it has to be pushed in the fluid from the bottom. The bottom have a special dot on it. No, it's just a flat surface. Okay, well, I tell you what, let me play around with this for just a second and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so for whatever reason, a bucket is not working with the fluid tank to push pull. It does not work. But I did make this thing called a fuel canister, which holds 1 bucket of Galactic Craft fuel, and that seems to be working just fine. In fact, it works with this thing just the same. Let me put this right here. We have it set to push pull, so an empty one gets pulled out, fills up, and pushed back down into this thing. So that works just fine. I don't know why the bucket wasn't. Should be the same thing, right? Let's try the bucket again. Yeah, see, it'll take the bucket back up, but it won't push it back in, which is just super weird. Okay, well, that's fine. Do that. So we can just set this gasoline drum right on top of here, and whoop, what the? What just happened? Why do I have? Go back in there. Okay, I guess that was inventory tweaks. So we'll set this thing like this to pull from the top. So that'll feed the gasoline back down into here, and then this will be set to push pull on this thing, which should fill the fuel loader down here. So that is it's a way to automate it. It says on the wiki that you should be able to pipe fluids in. It talked about using Buildcraft, but we are not using Buildcraft. I don't know why it'd be restricted only to that. But yep, anyway, so that is pretty much automated. We just got to make sure this thing stays full, and we should have all of the fuel. Cool. Okay, so now that we got that taken care of, that's like the biggest part of getting this thing going. We're gonna have to look at making the tier 1 rocket. So I guess what we should do is we should set down this NASA workbench, because this is where we're gonna have to build our rocket. So we'll set this right to, I don't know, here. It's kind of a big, weird looking machine, right? So you can right click on here, and then you got the tier 1 rocket. So you need a nose cone, you need a thruster, you need some rocket fins, and then the tier 1 plating, or heavy duty plates, I guess, tier 1. So you can click next, you can add more schematics here, and you can unlock further schematics. So the way this works, you build a tier 1, you go to like the moon. The moon has a boss monster on there. You kill the boss, you get a schematic, you come back, you unlock tier 2. And you do that for tier 3 and 4 and so on and so forth. So it's exactly the same thing, but each different planet is slightly different. So we'll be looking at that here pretty soon. So we need to make all the tier 1 stuff, like the tier 1 rocket engine. We need to make the tier 1 nose cone. So you can see that one of these rocket engines uses 4 of these heavy duty plates. Those are made in the compressor, and we need compressed bronze, aluminum, and steel to make this. This is getting to the point now where you kind of want to get things a little automated. Otherwise, it just gets really annoying having to do this all the time. So yeah, I think what we might end up doing is doing most of this manually, which kind of sucks, but doing it manually until we can get Applied Energistics online. We'll start fleshing out all of that stuff and then looking at automating this. I think that's how we're going to go. Also, like the compressors that we need, which we made before, these are kind of expensive, like right at the start. Well, not really expensive, but just pretty annoying to craft manually. Let's try to find it here. So the electric compressor is the one we're going to want. Yeah, it requires these gray flux batteries and all these different wafers and the dark steel. Lots of dark steel per one of those things. Yeah, it's a little expensive right now. We should also probably look at getting our agricraft stuff set up so we can start collecting resources of that kind, like the dark steel automatically. Let's take a look at this. We already have the dark steel ready to go. Did we not make dark steel seeds? Yeah, we did right here. Only 3 of them. I didn't let the machine 10, 10, 10 more than that. That's fine. Okay, so the other thing that we're going to have to look at is the oxygen gear. Once we go to another planet, we need a way to provide ourselves oxygen. That's what this tab right here is for. So you can put on your oxygen mask. You can put on this frequency module. This is supposed to locate... I think it's supposed to locate your buggy or something. I'm not really sure. It puts a little satellite dish on your helmet, though. It's kind of funny. So we need the oxygen gear. We're going to need 2 oxygen tanks that need to be full. And I believe we need a parachute, which we have not made and was not required for us to make. So we should look at making one of those. Is it C? Parachute with a C? Okay. So Galactic Craft Core, there's a bunch of different colors, and I don't think they mean anything other than just the color. So that is canvas, so we need sticks plus string. Should be pretty easy. I have no idea how many of those that we needed to make. Was it 4? No, it was 3. Okay, and then we can make a parachute. Perfect. Okay, so now we got all the different parts ready to go for this. So now we got to figure out how we're going to fill our heavy oxygen tank, and we got to build our rocket. So we can continue on with our oxygen stuff here. We have gotten a cow so far. That is an oxygen cow, liquid oxygen. In fact, we have 2 of them, so we can breed them should we choose to, but I don't think we need to. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take one of those, and I think we had a cow in the last millennium that was set up for blazing pyrotheum last time we were there. Do we have a fluid trash can? We don't. Let's make a fluid trash can. So the fluid trash can is made with a bucket plus a regular trash can, which is some of that stuff. Appears we are missing 2 pieces of cobble. Okay. That's kind of weird that we'd be missing cobblestone, but whatever. We don't have everything connected yet. Not until we get our applied energistics online, I think. So let's grab a stack of this stone. All right, so 2 pieces of cobblestone. All right, I guess just 1. All right, so cobblestone, then we need a bucket. Got lots of these buckets from our loot bags. All right, so there's a trash can fluid. All right, so we got this stuff done. Yeah, let's head to the last millennium real quick, and we will look at swapping out our blazing pyrotheum cow for a liquid oxygen cow, which is going to be pretty good. Oh, you know what? Before we go, we should probably grab a drum. I have a drum. I was going to say we should probably grab a drum for the new fluid to go into. I forgot that I made that second one there. Okay, let's go last millennium. All right, last millennium. So I did start building out some stuff here. This is going to be where we're going to do our agricraft stuff. I want this in a different dimension. Yeah, it gets pretty laggy very fast. You don't want that anywhere near your base, anywhere that's rendered, it's causing block updates. It's just not fun. So I set out a platform here, got this thing all ready to go. We'll be looking at doing that sometime soon. Oh no, I guess it was jelly cryothium, not blazing pyrotheum. Hi, cow. So let's grab this. How are we gonna do this? I kind of want to do a shuffle. I want to move. Well, I guess we'll do this. Grab this one, set you here, grab you, set you here, and then pick you up. Okay, so I got the jelly cryothium one now, and this is our liquid oxygen. Okay, so we gotta wait for this one to cool down. You can see it's gotta cool down. We take it out of the soul vials. Yeah, you gotta wait a little while. All right, so we have our jelly cryothium. Let's make sure our magnet's turned on. All right. And then this is now full of jelly cryothium, and we have to find a home for that. That's why the trash can, we do that, it just all goes away. Cool. So now it's ready to go for another cow. So we can just set down this drum here, and we will start collecting liquid oxygen as soon as this one is ready to go. Oh my goodness, guys. This goes so slow. Can you speed this up? I think the only way to speed this up is just have multiple of these things around. So there's 48 of these heavy duty plates. I just got done doing a full stack of bronze, a full stack of aluminum, and a full stack of compressed steel. Steel is becoming an issue. It takes a while for us to smelt a full stack, and we don't have a way to automate this. I know there is an upgrade to this blast furnace where you can make it an automatable version, but I think you can get steel seeds And I think we're just gonna do the magical agriculture. Yeah. So that's probably what we're gonna end up doing. So we have this done. I did make a second empty canister. This is the same empty canister, the same kind of a canister we used right here for the fuel, right? So it's a filled fuel canister now. But yeah, this is the empty version. So you can use this empty canister, by the way, with this liquid oxygen. Just right click on it. So that fills this up. So this is called LOX now. Liquid oxygen, I guess, is what LOX means. So you can use that with these heavy oxygen tanks. So that is one full bucket. So if we put that back in there, you can see it says 81 buckets on the liquid oxygen drum on the tooltip at the top. We take out 1 bucket. So we put this plus this in our crafting grid. That only uses like a quarter of the bucket, right? So you can fill up both of these. You can fill up like 4 of these off 1 bucket. Like you get a lot of usage out of that oxygen. It's really, really nice. So once you get an oxygen cow, yeah, it's pretty much game over as for filling up your O2. You cannot refill these, I don't think, until it's completely empty. You can't like shift right click on it or right click on it. You have to wait until you use up the last of this stuff or find some way to void it out. Just so you guys know, we'll probably be keeping this in our ender pouch here. So if we're ever on a planet for long periods of time, we can refill one of our O2 tanks. Yeah, and not worry about running out of oxygen. We'll probably be taking these glowstone torches with us. Well, actually, you know what? We probably won't be taking these glowstone torches with us because we have night vision and we don't really need torches. Anyway, so we have this stuff done. We need to make ourselves the rocket. And you know what? I didn't even look here, but if we look for the tier 1 rocket, I think it's this. This kind of shows you what you need to build it with. So it says we need a nose cone, rocket fins, and a tier 1 rocket engine. Okay, so let's do, I don't know, rocket fins, for instance. So rocket fins here. So that is 2 compressed steel and 4 heavy duty plates makes 1 of those. And how many of those did we need? Was it 4? Yeah, so we need a lot of stuff here. We got times everything that we need for 1 of those fins by 4, right? So yeah, it's gonna be like 16 heavy duty plates, and then we're gonna need 8 compressed steel. I don't know if we have any compressed steel. Let's go take a look real quick. We do. Okay, perfect. So there is that. We can do this. There will be our 4 fins, right? Okay, so that's not so bad. We need the nose cone. And the nose cone for the tier 1, it's got all these different tiers. This one. That is a redstone torch plus 3 heavy duty plates. I don't know if we have the redstone torch. Apparently we do. Perfect. Okay, we'll grab those back and we'll send that redstone torch away. And then we also needed, what was it, the rocket booster? Let's go back to this thing real quick. I don't want to waste materials. I don't want to make the wrong thing. Right, so tier 1 rocket engine. This one. Right, okay, so we needed a flint and steel, a button, tin canister, oxygen vent. Do we even have the stuff for this? I don't know. I might have to do some more crafting here. Let's just take a look. Can we make the oxygen vent? Okay, we can make those. Perfect. What else? I keep losing it here. You know what? If we just search for a tier 1 rocket engine, it'll be a lot easier and I don't have to search through any eye for all these different things. Okay, so we need tin. How are we doing on the tin situation over here? Okay, we need to make some ingots, which is fine. I'll just cook up 2 stacks of this and we'll get that going. We only have to wait. Oop. We only have to wait for that to do this, 3 times, I think, for the 5 different pieces of compressed tin. All right, so what else can we work on while we're waiting for that? Flint and steel. We need a piece of steel, which we don't have. Well, not over there, but we do have some here, so I'll take that plus this slag out of there. All right, so can we do the flint and steel now? Nice. Don't think we need 40 of those. What about a button? Can we make that? Perfect. We'll send those away. And the other pieces, yeah, we're just needing the tin canister, and then we can make our rocket engine. Looks like we got everything we need now, so that should be pretty good. So we'll do one of those numbers. I've had to make so many of these tin canisters. Getting the compressed tin and autocraft, that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to doing. So what are we missing? We have this. We have those. Yeah, we have that. We have this. We have the flint and steel, and we have the button. In case I just don't want to shift click in there for some reason. Okay, so we have a bunch of the heavy duty plates. Don't worry about making too many of these because you will be using these to make the tier 2 out of. So we're going to be making a whole lot of these tier 1s in the future. All right, yeah, I think we got everything set. So we should be able to go over to our NASA workbench here. But that, this, those, you see little sparks happening as I'm doing stuff. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess they toned those down a little bit, or maybe it just doesn't make too many sparks for the tier 1. But anyway, there we go. There is this thing. Now, you can also put chests here if you want some kind of a storage. I think that messes with the quest if you make the rocket have those chests on it. So we're not going to be doing that. Did that complete the quest? Let's go here and just take a look. Yes, it did complete it. There it goes. Okay. Great. I think so. We should be good. Let's go ahead and claim all these different loots, all these different things. Okay, so this is just going to give me all of these, right? Let's claim that. Do one of those. We have 2 more down here to claim. We'll pop all these open and then we'll look at going to the moon. Oh, quest updated tier 1 rocket. Wait, updated? I thought we completed it. And did this one just open? I feel like we just got a new quest that just opened. Maybe it was this one? I don't know. Anyway, so we're doing this. It said quest updated. I don't know why that updated. Okay, well anyway, we'll put those up. Let's pop open these loot chests. So we get a tape measure. Those are good. Artifact golden armor. We have plenty of that stuff. Don't need it. Meteorite compass. Flat lamp, tinted glass, and reed. And then finally, we get lily pads of fertility. All right, so those could help speed up crop growth even further. But I kind of feel like just these, like having 80 of these sprinklers around is more than enough. But you know, if we can make things grow super fast, why not, right? All right, so I guess we'll put away all this junk that we don't currently need on us. All right, so we got a rocket. Let's put the rocket on the launch pad and take a look at this. There we go. Okay, so rocket's here, and does it say? Okay, well, it is using fuel out of here. I don't know if there's a way you can see the rocket. Maybe if you right-click the rocket and get inside of it. I'm kind of afraid to do that because I don't know if I'm ready to go yet, and I don't want to screw something up. I played around with these rockets when I was live streaming this mod pack. And I got in the rocket and I went to launch. I was doing the countdown. I was like, oh, wait, I forgot something. So I got out and I walked over to grab whatever and I came back and the rocket take off and it went away. Yeah, apparently there's no way to stop the countdown once you start going. So, yeah, you want to make sure you know what you're doing here. So we have these charms of dislocation. I can always warp back to the base. We can set up a warp to the moon, which we're probably going to want to do. I think it's a smart idea to have a warp to each one of these different planets in case you need to farm something later. I think the very first planet we need to farm stuff from is Mercury, not the moon. But I'm going to set up a warp to each one of these as we go there. And we'll probably set up, well, I don't know. Maybe we could do the warps over here. There's like 10 different planets or maybe even more, including the moon, that we need to go to. So, I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. So anyway, we should be about ready to go to the moon. We have oxygen, we have everything set, we have a way back. Is there anything else that we're forgetting? You know what there is? There is this stuff, the thermal insulation. They call it a thermal suit. So we have thermal tier 2 padding, tier 3. This is the first stuff. So what is the tier 2? Does it require the first? No, okay, that's compressed steel with this thermal cloth. And that is redstone plus wool. What about the tier 3? More thermal cloth plus compressed titanium. I think we can do that. And this one is thermal cloth with compressed aluminum. You know, I don't think there's any reason to do the lesser tiers. I might as well just go to the tier 4 required for those during the day and the night. But I think any of these you can use for the previous one. So anyway, let me go and make the top tier stuff here. Is there any difference between these? No, I just need a lot of the thermal cloth, probably 24 of those. Let me get to that and we'll be right back. Alright guys, well I think we're ready to go. All the pre-flight checks have been made. We have the tier 4 thermal padding, our oxygen tanks are full, we have everything ready to go. Let's jump in the rocket. Yep, so that's what happens when you right click on it. You can press space to start the countdown. And yes, we're gonna head off to the moon. Oh my goodness, you can kind of see yourself in the rocket ship, whatever. My feet are kind of poking out. Hopefully they don't get burned too badly by the engine, but yeah. I think we should have a good flight. Skies are clear. I think we're ready to go. Okay, so you can see that the launch pad gets broken as we take off. So when you land on the moon or you land on a planet, yeah, you get like a little package that floats down in a parachute with you when you land, and that has your rocket and the launch pad in it. So you need to retrieve that every single time. Don't forget it. Otherwise you have to remake otherwise you have to remake the launch pad every time, which is kind of annoying to do. So, yeah, the Garden of Glass biome was kind of weird with that rainbow that's kind of around me. We can see that as I move the camera around. Anyway, we are reaching space. The sound is getting quieter and quieter. And then eventually we'll pop up with the Galacticraft map and we can choose our destination. Alright, so here we go. Here's the map that just popped up. So you can see the entire solar system here. You can kind of zoom out a little bit. You can see that this is our solar system, and there's like some other places further away that you can go to, and I believe those are added from extra planets. In fact, I think maybe this last set of rings are added from extra planets too. But anyway, yeah, you can just use your mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. So we are going to the moon. So we need to select, we have to click it again to zoom in. And then we can choose the moon here. Right, so we can, I think you just click launch. And that sends us over to the moon. So it's obviously generating a new dimension or whatever. So yeah, we are in the moon buggy or whatever, the landing thing. We do have to hold space to slow down like it says. Okay, I wasn't sure what was going on. So I'm holding space right now. So entry velocity -10. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. I'm holding space. We're going down lower and lower. Okay, we made it. We're kind of inside some blocks though. Right click to get out. Cool. All right. So I think you can take this with you. Oh, that contained the launch pad and the rocket. Okay. So yeah, you can see we're putting down footprints and stuff as we're walking around. That's kind of cool. So it's daytime now. At nighttime, yeah, the sun does go down and then monsters come out. So it's not that friendly here. You can kind of see on the mini map there is some red stuff, red marks or whatever. There's like something. It's got a space helmet on there. Is that a skeleton? That looks like a skeleton. Okay, so the way this works, every single Galacticraft planet has dungeons on it, right? So we talked about this before. The thing is, every single dungeon is in the same spot on every single planet. So if you get the coordinates for one, you know where to go on the following planets. It doesn't matter which planet it is because they always are in the same spot. So what we need to do is kind of fly around and look for these dungeon entrances. They look like holes in the ground similar to that, but that's just a cave, so that's not right. So yeah, there are space villages, which is kind of funny. So if you need trees and stuff, yeah, you can get them here, get the saplings. The torches are glowstone torches, so they work. There is water here, which is surprising. You think it would have frozen by now, but no, it's still water. And then there are weird Martian looking villagers here. If you haven't seen these before, these are kind of crazy. Check out the heads on them. Is there a way into this thing? I don't know. Maybe I'll just break an extra block here. Check out their heads. It's pretty funny. You can't right click on them. I don't know if they have... Yeah, I don't know if you can do anything with them, to be honest. But yeah, we need to go around and try and find ourselves the entrance to a dungeon here. I think you should be able to see it pretty easily on the mini map when one comes into focus or is rendered or whatever. Anyway, let me fly around for a minute here, see if we can find one, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so here we are above one of the dungeon entrances. It doesn't look like much, but this is one right here. It's hard to see because it's just like a little inverted crater kind of a thing into the ground. I'm going to set a waypoint here. Let's just do new, and we'll call this dungeon. Save and close. Right, so this waypoint we'll be able to use on every single planet going forward. Yeah, you can assign waypoints. Let's just look at this real quick. So if we go to waypoints and we edit this one, we can turn it on and off for different dimensions that we want, right? So that same waypoint will be in the same location on different planets. So yeah, we could turn it on for like Pluto or Neptune and all of these different ones. In fact, we should probably do that anyway. Just go through all these different ones and just turn it on for all of them. But I'll do that later. Anyway, that same location will be a dungeon in all the following planets. So it'll be, you don't have to keep searching for it every time. So this is what the dungeons look like. We got a creeper spawner here, so we probably want to break that right away. Sometimes when you break the spawners, it spawns mobs immediately. So especially with the creeper spawners, you want to back up because you could get the John Cena to the face and you don't want that, trust me. Okay. I hear zombies and stuff around. I see all sorts of guys. Usually these rooms have spawners in it. I don't see any spawners. And we get a chest here with some mega rubber saplings. And nothing like super good. Let's continue on. Apparently monsters are dying here for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Alright, we'll take this stuff. Floppy disk. We'll take the unknown dimlets. You know, I'll take the disc. Yeah, I don't know why all these monsters are dying. Are these spawning like regular monsters that are suffocating? I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. And it's also kind of weird that there aren't spawners everywhere too. Anyway, Ender Lily Seeds, more unknown dimlets. I'll take all of that. What is that, Mana Steel? Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so here's the boss room. You can see we got an evolved skeleton boss. Get off me. Yeah, so that's what happens when you kill the boss. I'm pretty sure there was a quest to kill that particular boss. Let's take a look. You know what? Didn't we click on a quest that said that? Maybe it was on the tier 2 one. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so the tier 2 one had that quest to kill that boss. So I guess we'll be fighting another one when we go to the next planet. Here's a, oh, we're going the wrong way. I was gonna be like, hey, here's another chest. So let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh. Okay, so we got all these guys down, and then we got that key for this treasure chest here at the end. And let's open this. So we got 2 portal guns. Oh, that's awesome. We haven't got a single portal gun yet. Another floppy disk. There's our moon buggy NASA workbench schematic. So unfortunately, we did not get the tier 2 schematic. But this is also another one that we should unlock anyway. Okay, so I guess we need to go find another dungeon. Alright guys, well I found another dungeon a short little bit away. Whoop. Creepers and skeletons. Okay. Yeah, the fact that the monsters move fast too is kind of scary when you're dealing with these guys. And we'll get rid of you, which is going to spawn a skeleton. Okay, well, oh, I'm stuck on the cobweb. Now the thing about creative flight in this game, you can fly through the cobwebs, but if you stop creative flying, like you get stuck in these things. So you always want to be flying as well, so you can move through the webs really fast. Whoa, guy! Hey, calm down, calm down. Okay. Did that kill everybody? I'm not sure. I kind of want to get one of the John Cena ones to appear when I'm ready for it. Because you can kill them before they explode. Anyway, let's keep going here. Maybe we'll get to the dungeon boss. What are you? Zombie? Okay. Get off me. Get off me. Alright, there is another spawner here. Got it. Okay. I see another creeper up ahead. Spider jockey. More skeletons. Okay, and what is this one? This is a zombie? No, spider. Okay, I think we got everybody. I think we're done. All right, let's continue on here. Yeah, some of these dungeons are sometimes kind of freaky, especially when you get a bunch of the creeper spawners nearby. And then when you break the spawners, It pops a bunch of mobs sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. You never know. Okay, I think we're good. Moving on. First chest of this dungeon. And nothing that I want. Let's keep going. I just want to give myself that tier 2 schematic at this point. I'm kind of done playing around with this stuff. And you're done. The problem is, these are another one of the named mobs with the health bar at the top, right? So every time we kill one, it makes the monsters even more fast. Okay, well, I'm out of inventory space here. Let me drop some of this garbage off that I don't need, like the loot bags and coal and... oh, I don't know. I want the zombie skull. That's important. Skeleton skull, not so much. Okay. Don't really care about that shader grab bag. I kind of want the yellow heart, though. We can put that away. Speaking of yellow hearts, I did finish up our heart canisters. So yeah, we have a full 20 of these. Now, if we can ever get green hearts, we can make the green ones. I don't know if there's a way to make them in this particular pack, though. So anyway, where'd that key go? Did I not pick up the key? Is it still over here? Got it. Okay, so let's put it in this chest. And tier 2 rocket. Nice. Okay, so we got everything that we're looking for now. There is one final quest on this planet, though, and that is to get, say, cheese. It wants us to get a block of cheese, so we need to do a little bit of mining. Alright guys, so over by the first dungeon that we found, I just set up a little warp there. I put in underground here, a little spot where we can warp to, and I set a waypoint so I can warp back to it. Well, not a waypoint, but I set one of these charms of dislocation is what I mean. So we can warp back to this spot, just in case we need to come back to the moon for whatever reason in the future. So I'm going to come just a little distance away over here. I did bring some dev knolls with me, so we can do some mining. So what we need to do is just kind of dig down a little bit. The dev knolls, for those of you who don't know, takes a item, it fills up to 1 stack, and then anything beyond that stack, it gets deleted. So that is very good when you start doing vein mining, which we're about to do. So we are currently looking for cheese, right? You know, the moon's made of cheese, that old saying. Anyway, we need to do a little bit of mining here, vein mining. Okay, so here comes all the blocks. They all get sucked into me, and they all get deleted because we have the dev knolls. Spider, go away. So I think this is cheese right here. Cool. So cheese, is there, what do we do? Do we smelt this? Let's take a look. Whoa, that's creeper.
His name is John.
All right, well, there was a John Cena creeper. So we got one to explode near us, but yeah, it didn't blow us up. Anyway, I wanted to check the uses on this cheese ore because we need to make the cheese block. So it looks like you smelt that into the cheese curd, and then a cheese curd plus milk makes a block of cheese. Okay, so we need to find just a few more blocks of cheese, or cheese ore. All right, guys, well, we made it back safe and sound. I just used our charm of dislocation to work back, and here we go. Here's a bucket of milk and some cheese curd to make a block of cheese. Was it just one, or did we need more than one? Is that going to update? There it is. Okay. Say cheese! Cheese! So it turns out if you smelt one of those... Why did that happen again? I don't know. It turns out if you smelt one of those in a diamond furnace, with the, I guess, the ore processing upgrade, you get 2 per. So now we have an extra 8 cheese curds if we want to do anything with this. I'm not sure if you use that just like a cake or something. Can we place this down and look at it? Oh yeah, you can do it just like cake. That's kind of cool. Interesting. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. Yeah, it seems like it's getting a little long. We got everything done that we needed to do on the moon. To progress to tier 3, or to tier 2, 3, and 4, it's kind of similar. We're going to have to look at getting meteorite iron, or meteoric iron. I forget how that's called. But anyway, we'll look at that in the future. I think next time we're probably going to start working on the agricraft stuff, try and get some resources automatically coming in, like the dark steel and other things like that. Things that just take a long time for us to craft. I think it's going to be a smart idea. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.